Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree Marie, and as you can see, she's got her bob, and this is a whole week's worth, excuse me, a whole week's worth of wearing this bob. First of all, I cut my hair into a bob. Some of you may not know, but I was contemplating for a while whether I should cut my hair, grow it out. I was experiencing some thinning along the middle of my locks, and I was just really unsure what to do. Finally took the plunge, cut my hair into a bob, and I really enjoy it. Even now, I truly don't miss my long hair at all, simply because my long hair had issues from the color damage. So now I'm excited to have ends that do not have any thinning, any weak spots, or any of that stuff. Of course, I do have to keep on top of the health of my hair as far as moisture is concerned. That's something that I've been wrestling with as well with this color. So I'm trying to get back into moisturizing fully the way that I should with my leave-in conditioning sprays, oils, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, but I finally cut my hair and this is how it looks. I did save my locks. I don't even know why. I just put them in like a Ziploc bag and put them in my drawer. I don't know why. I guess, you know, the sentimental ness of having my locks fully grown the way that I had it. It made me feel like I accomplished something along my hair journey, so I surely didn't want to just throw it away. I have it for now. I will end up throwing it out because it is, like, you know, dead hair. But yeah, anyways, this is what my hair looks like now. It is dry, but it has held a retwist pretty well. I've had no complaints at all. Like, I can literally just get up and go with this style because it's already a style. Like, I get up, shake my hair, put some moisture in it, and it's already a style. The bare minimum would be me putting my hair back into like a high-low ponytail like this, doing something of that sort, or maybe like pigtails. But I really don't have to do much, which is great, and that's what I really want to practice, not really doing much, not really feeling the need to do much with my hair, simply just let it be. So yeah, right now I'm about to go ahead and wash my hair. I am going to retwist with a grease that I'm going to show you guys soon. It is something that I've never tried before, this particular grease, because in the past I've used Nature's Blessings grease to retwist my locks, but this time I'm going to use something different, which I'm going to show you very soon. But for now, let me just get in the shower. Yeah, so as I don't know if you could truly see it because it was more so towards the ends of my locks, the ends that I cut when I cut my hair, but I was wrestling with a buildup issue ever since I did my ACV baking soda rinse. I saw that the buildup sat on top of my locks more so, and so I was seeing that a lot. Now I see it somewhat here and there, but I think it might also have to do with me switching my shampoo and using this without diluting it. I just wanted to do something fast, and now I'm paying the consequence of not diluting this. So just because I have to do something extra in diluting this shampoo, I tend to not do it as much. I just go ahead with the good old convenient argan oil shampoo because I don't have to dilute it. So if you've been watching me this far, you know that I washed my hair twice. The first time I mainly focused on the roots area and my scalp while applying the shampoo directly to my scalp. And then the second shampoo session, I mainly focus on the length of my locks, just so that I can get an even coverage and I try my best to stay as long as I could in the shower to rinse out the shampoo. I noticed from past experiences that when I don't, I almost always end up with a build-up situation. So this is the second lather, which is always the most satisfying for me. I feel like I get more of a wash um, with my locks. That second lather, I always have to apply again, but because I shampooed the first time, for some reason the second lather is more easy to kind of move around in my scalp area. So this is how it looks. Oh, and I always kind of shock myself when I do that, especially on camera, which is so strange, right? You would think that I would be prepared to have the water like jolt in my eyes. But here's how the second rinse looks. I mainly focus, like I said, on the scalp. And since I have shorter locks, it's so much easier now. I don't have to um, have so much focus on the length of my locks as much, since there's not much of the lock for me to for it to shampoo and rinse out, if that makes any sense. It's just easier. It's a whole lot easier. I have less hair to deal with and manage, and that makes for an easy wash day. So after all is done, of course, I wring out my hair, just gently squeeze, and all done. Okay, so we are fresh out the shower, and my hair is still wet. My roots have completely untangled. There are a few that are not. And as usual, I always end up with like some kind of matting at the roots. But for the most part, what I'm feeling around my head is that my locks are actually staying in place. They're not crossing over or marrying too much like what I just showed you. They're pretty much staying in place, in the place of how I had it when I retwisted it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's actually staying in place. Like it's staying in its retwisted spot where I retwisted that particular root. That was a very easy shampoo session for me, simply because I always use the first shampoo to hit all of the scalp, and then the next one to actually lather and reach the length of my locks. After that, rinsing was a breeze, and I've thoroughly rinsed my hair, and that all probably took a good 15 minutes. So yeah, now that it's flat, you guys can kind of see what I did as far as cutting. The long pieces actually go on that side, so that's why it's looking a little asymmetrical. I was actually going for that look anyway, something more edgy. Yeah, so I am going to tend to these roots, retwist these roots, and but not before moisturizing, of course. I do need to go ahead and purchase the Alicante Naturals Lemon Grease leave-in conditioning spray again, just because I know that spray really works for me. My hair tends to drink up all sorts of moisture. Any type of moisture I put on my hair, it drinks it up, and it's like as if I never truly moisturized in the first place. Especially with this color, I know that it has changed my hair in that way. So that leave-in conditioning spray always gives me that extra touch that I need in my moisturizing routine, just so that my hair keeps the moisture in. But yeah, this is what it's looking like. I do intend on adding some color. Don't worry guys, not a permanent color, but more of a semi-permanent color. Something to just kind of revive what I've got going on here, so it's not so two-toned. I do enjoy the two-tone look. It kind of reminds me like of an ombre color, you know, going on, but I really want something that will brighten up my hair and just give it that life again. So now I am going to apply my favorite oils. This one here is, I believe, a castor oil mixed with many other oils. It works well for me and it smells so good to me as well. The castor oil is by Hair Chemist, which is my favorite brand of hair oils out there. I like how they mix up the oil so that it's not as potent, and it smells good. It doesn't have that castor oily smell. It actually smells good for daily use. So now I'm sectioning my hair to get started with the retwist. Normally I don't use a rubber band, but that's all that I had at the moment. So boom, that's what we're using. And it's always so much easier to start from the back just so that everything comes out well. So what I'm going to be using is Blue Magic hair grease for the very first time. I'm so excited because I'm so used to using, yeah, it doesn't smell good either, by the way, but I'm so used to using Nature's Blessing hair pomade, and I decided to try something new. I've seen a lot of people using Blue Magic hair grease and decided to try it out myself. So in using this, I did realize, and let me just start by saying I don't use a whole lot. You don't, if you're using this as well with your retwist, you don't need to use a lot. That's the secret to using hair grease with locks. Like, no one is using big globs because obviously you're going to end up with buildup if you do choose to use a whole lot. It doesn't take much. And so I scooped out just a little bit, enough to cover that particular root. And I noticed that my hair kind of melted, like in a good way. It melted in, like as if the oil, the castor oil that I used, and the hair pomade worked so well in that it melted my hair, making it feel moisturized and molded. So, yeah, so far I do like this hair grease. It is very popular with so many people. And like I said, you don't have to be scared of using hair grease with your, I'm not telling you what to do, okay? I know a lot of people have different opinions about hair grease, but if you want to try it out, I would say, you know, hey, why not? Just, you don't need to use a whole lot. You know, and I think that was the biggest misconception when I introduced the Nature's Blessing hair pomade, that few people had many things to say. You're not supposed to use a whole lot of anything in locks because that's how you get buildup. When you use too much of one thing in your hair and you allow it to sit and settle, you will end up with buildup. Um, you know, take for example, like when you, well, me, when I used to wear braids, I couldn't just put big globs of anything on the roots of my braids because what happens when you take those braids out, you will end up with a bunch of flakes and buildup. That's how you end up with the buildup, um, in, you know, at the root of your braids, because you're using so much product that just sits there and settles, and it ends up causing breakage, and it's just not a good, it's not a good um thing to, you know, it's not good for your hair journey, especially if you're trying to grow healthy locks. So I find that hair grease helps my roots to hold when I do my retwist. I realize that I don't quite need gels to hold on my locks as much as I need something more moisturizing, like, of course, a mixture of my leave-in conditioning spray, oils, and the hair pomade. And this particular retwist has shown me and proved to me that this is exactly what my hair likes, because I'm sitting here right now in the future, what, 2 weeks later, my roots are still together, like as if I don't even need a retwist. So this hair pomade has truly helped my hair to hold, and I'm hoping that it helps my hair to, my roots to lock again, because if you have been following me for this far, you know that since since I have been pregnant and I'm now postpartum, almost 5 months, my locks but my roots refuse to lock. And, my roots just stopped shedding hair. And every time I would retwist and wash it, it would just go back to square one. And I would end up with even more roots, as my hair grows out, and it just would not lock. So I'm hoping that as I use this mixture of the hair grease, the leave-in conditioning spray, and the oils, that it will help me to grow my locks back again to the fully desired outcome that I'm looking for. Okay, just finished the retwist. Just finished my retwist, and it's looking all right, I guess. I had to hurry up and do it really, really quick, so this is what I came up with. I'm gonna wrap my hair up and then take it out in like 2 to 3 hours, and I'll come back and show you guys later. So I kept this retwist in and all of the clips in for about half a day, and look at this. Like, I am so happy with the mixture of products that I used for this retwist. This looks so good, and I am so determined to keep this up every few weeks so that my new haircut looks bomb as well, because you got to maintain it as well. But I'm so excited and happy with what I've done and how it came out. Check it out. And like I said, I'm going to be coloring it soon with semi-permanent color, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like fresh out of the clips. I am loving it. Yeah. And I feel like the grease and the oil mixture truly gives me that salon look. I haven't seen this look on me in a while, and I'm loving it.